this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. Well, the story about Loni, the pregnant fruitarian girl on this extreme fruit-based diet, just keeps growing and growing in the media. There's more websites now talking about it, more people leaving comments. And you guys know I talked about this a couple days ago, exposing what a bunch of crap this is, all these negative things being said about it. And I've been reading more stuff from more nutritionists and more people leaving comments on these stories about how the diet's inherently dangerous and deficient, and she needs to switch to a more balanced standard diet for the health of herself and her baby. But yet no one, nutritionists included, have given any solid scientific backing. People are just giving their opinions. Oh, it doesn't have enough protein, crap like that. So what I've done, and I think I'm the first person to do this, I went onto a website called Cronometer where you could punch in all your ingredients for your meals, and it'll tell you how many calories you're getting, how many minerals, vitamins, so on. So I did this for Loni's diet, and I did this for a standard American diet. And let's compare the two and see which is better for a pregnant woman, and is her diet inherently dangerous. People claim this. I'm going to be the first person to show you if it is or is not. So let's take a look. Alright, so I created two meals. The first one is Loni's meal, the way she eats right now, based on the interviews and articles I read about her, with her saying what she ate. And she said she has lots of bananas and mangoes, maybe up to 18 or 20 bananas a day, and some greens at night. So that's what I put in here. As you see here, 18 bananas, 2 mangoes. She says she has some blackstrap molasses too, so I threw a little bit of that in. And her greens, I put in, she had a head of lettuce, put some avocados on, and some raw spinach. And avocados, by the way, she said she eats. So it totals up to almost 2,600 calories. And for the standard American meal, I picked foods totaling 2,600 calories, and I picked foods that most people would have no objection eating. Meaning, if you heard that someone ate this for their daily food, no one would blink an eye. This would just be completely normal. No one would say that you are damaging yourself and your unborn baby and you need to eat differently. So let's start right off with protein, the main nutrient that everyone's freaking out about, that she's not getting enough of and she's going to kill her unborn baby. Well, I looked at many websites to try to get an idea of how much protein should a pregnant woman need. And I didn't look at any wacko sites. I went to UC San Francisco Medical Center's website. And they say for a woman of about 120 pounds, which I assume Loni is, maybe she's a little less than that because she's so thin, they need to get about 44 grams of protein per day. So let's look at Loni's diet here on Cronometer. More than enough. She got almost 50 grams of protein a day. Now let's take a look how the standard American diet fared. They got more protein, almost 114 grams of protein. And some of you might say, oh, that's better, right? Protein is not a nutrient where if you have more of it, it's better for you. I've talked about that in past episodes. I won't go into that now, but it basically creates a toxic, acidic environment in your body, which sets up the groundwork for disease. So as far as minerals go, iron was one that was specifically singled out as one that she'd be deficient in by all the haters. Let's take a look here. 131% of her recommended daily allowance, while the standard American diet, just 78%. So that diet is deficient in iron, ironically. And then I'd like to take a look at a couple vitamins here. Vitamin C in particular. On Loni's diet, she's getting plenty of vitamin C, a few 100% of her RDA. But on the standard American diet, let's take a look. Not even 4% of your vitamin C. How come no one ever talks about that? If you're eating standard American food, you're going to be vitamin C deficient. But that's plainly clear here. And while we're looking at vitamins here, look at folate and vitamin A, multi-100% of the RDA, while the standard American diet, 30-odd%, 20-odd%, severely deficient in those vitamins as well. Also, let's take a look at her fatty acids. We want our omega-3s to be as high as possible because so many foods are omega-6 rich. Most people get way too much omega-6. So the higher your omega-3s to your omega-6s, the better. And for Loni, this is a pretty good ratio about having your omega-6s be twice that of your omega-3s. So let's look at the standard American diet. Here, however, her omega-6s are about 10 times that of her omega-3s. And speaking of fat, the standard American diet is a high-fat diet. As you see here in the caloric breakdown, it's 45% calories from fat, while on Loni's plant-based diet, her 80-10-10 diet, no coincidence here, her lipids are 10.9%, spot on. So a lot of people who don't know what the heck they're talking about whatsoever been claiming that this diet of Loni's is deficient. Well, what I've shown here irrefutably shows these numbers don't lie. First of all, her diet is far from deficient in protein, in fats, and iron, and vitamins. Beyond that, it's absolutely superior in every way to the standard American diet that I picked here. And some might say, oh, you picked weird foods. Well, I just picked stuff, like I said. This is not maybe the best standard American diet I could have picked. I picked one that was average. You gotta give me that. It was average. It was stuff that normal people eat every day for every meal, and no one thinks twice about it. So post your questions and comments down below if you have a problem with my methodology. So until then, guys, keep it carb, baby. Keep it carb.